There's a guy named OTF Jam.
That was wired.
Very ironic name.
Jam
now
got
he
him
put
in
everyone
the
in the jam.
Did 12 years.
12
got
years.
out, interviewed, said he kept it real, brought him cars, gave him 50,000.
Right.
This. Made mention that ain't no smut on his name. He ain't never been a rat. Caught a gun case, but eventually he flipped.
They're calling him the biggest snitch hip-hop has ever seen, allegedly wired up for 2 years, taping every convo, every play, every backroom move inside Lil Durk's circle. Folks say he's why a Chicago drill heavyweight is staring down life in the feds. But what if the hood got it wrong? The rat allegations, OTF Jam breaks his silence. Before we even get into the history, before we talk about King Von, before we discuss that night in Atlanta, we gotta address what everybody's been talking about. The man whose name has become straight up poison in hip-hop circles. The man who allegedly brought down one of Chicago's biggest stars with a hidden wire strapped to his chest. The man who's out here saying everybody got it completely wrong. OTF Jam. Government name Casey Hester. Jam did a whole 12 years in the feds for an attempted murder case from way back in 2010. 12 years is a crazy long stretch, fam. That's long enough to lose everything you ever had. Long enough for the whole world to forget you even exist. But when Jam finally touched down in February 2022, Durk was right there waiting for him with open arms and a fat bag.
Hell yeah, but like if you can't talk about it, like why did you have to sit down for 12?
I went to jail for attempt.
Okay.
Attempt murder. It was more than that, but shit, that's what I did my time for.
Okay.
An attempt. You know. Street shit.
That was OTF Jam himself, speaking on it in an interview before all these rat allegations started flying everywhere. He was real clear about who he is. Not some rapper capping in his verses, but a certified street dude who just happens to have some bars. A real stepper who did real time and never opened his mouth on a single soul.
He said Jam get out that jam or give him 50, he ain't gotta ask again, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? He ain't gotta ask shit, bro. He said he gave you 50, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
Fact?
More than that shit. Like more than that. Shit.
But shit, can you tell us how much he gave you, or you don't want to even?
No, we ain't gotta get into all that. But bro made sure he made a way for me to be straight. Like he's saying, gotta ask again, you know, like shit. Crib, car.
That's Jam explaining how Durk held him down proper when he touched back down. Durk blessed him with everything: whips, a crib, and $50,000 in straight cash. After doing over a decade of nothing but commissary and collect calls, Durk made sure his boy was good. That's real loyalty right there. That's what OTF is supposed to be about. But then Durk caught his federal case, and out of nowhere, whispers started spreading like wildfire that Jam was the reason the feds had everything they needed to bring down the whole operation.
There's a guy named OTF Jam.
That was wired.
Very ironic name.
Jam
now
got
he
him
put
in the
everyone
jam.
in the jam.
Did 12 years.
12
got
years.
out, interviewed, said he kept it real, brought him cars, gave him 50,000.
Right.
This. Made mention that ain't no smut on his name. He ain't never been a rat. Caught a gun case, but eventually he flipped.
That was Whack 100 laying out the allegations for the whole world to hear. According to him, Jam had been rocking a wire for 2 years straight, from 2022 to 2024, feeding the feds everything they needed. The story going around was that Jam started cooperating after catching a new case in 2023 on some old warrant. DJ Academics and King Yella from Chicago were echoing the same exact thing. An OTF insider had flipped on everybody, and the streets were saying that insider was Jam. The allegations got even wilder from there. Some unverified rumors claimed Durk had Jam's baby mama killed after he found out about the wire. Other whispers said Jam gave up names on all of Durk's shooters during interrogations. The internet had already tried and convicted Jam before any actual paperwork even came out, but Jam wasn't about to just sit there and take that. In December 2024, Jam hopped on Instagram stories and addressed the whole situation head on. He wrote, "Nga, I ain't lied to your face about shit. When the discovery come out, you gon' see I'm not how the feds got onto us or built their case. I'ma let the paperwork come out cause it's gone, tell it all." He wasn't just denying the rat jacket they were trying to throw on him. He was challenging anybody and begging everybody to find proof. Show me in the paperwork, he said, because it ain't there. Then on February 3rd, 2026, Jam posted up from inside the feds, going even harder at his critics. I don't care who's what or what you think of me. I hope you taking care of yourself and not thinking Durk gonna pay your bills or help take care of y'all ugly A's kids. You goofies act like y'all on an OTF payroll to make comments. Die Hard fans, keyword is die. That message hit different, no cap. Jam was straight up telling all of Durk's Die Hard fans to worry about their own lives. He was saying their loyalty to Durk ain't gonna put food on their tables or take care of their shorties. He was completely unbothered by everybody calling him a rat with zero proof to back it up. And here's the thing, Jam ain't the only one who thinks these allegations are complete cap.
Jam, I don't think, Jam, if Jam was gonna snitch, he'd have been snitched on a lot of shit a long time ago. Jam's done a lot of time in jail. Like, Jam, real nigga. Like, I tilt my hat to him. I ain't never seen Jam do no bitch ass shit. So when they started saying his name, I was the first nigga probably like, I don't believe that. I gotta see proof. Out of everybody out that thing, y'all saying Jam the one that's just going, no, I don't see that.
That was 600 Breezy, somebody who actually knows Jam personally and comes from those same streets. He made a real solid point. If Jam was gonna tell, he would have told a long time ago on a whole bunch of other stuff. This man did 12 years without cracking once. Why would he suddenly start snitching now?
It's the internet, they threw his name in there, shit like that, because why? His name ain't came out in no paperwork or no shit like that, nothing.
That's the $1 million question right there. No court documents have actually named Jam as the confidential informant that prosecutors keep referencing. All these allegations are being pushed by bloggers, podcasters, and social media pages chasing clicks, but nobody has dropped a single piece of official paperwork proving Jam cooperated with law enforcement.
Niggas can't go off, you can't throw it in the streets. That's called throwing a jacket on somebody. Throwing that snitch jacket on them without any type of proof, that's not okay. So I'm never gonna be a nigga say like, me personally, I don't feel like Jam got nothing to do with that shit. They gotta prove me wrong.
Breezy called it exactly what it is, throwing a jacket on somebody without any receipts. In street culture, getting that snitch label put on you can literally get you killed. There's already been fake YouTube videos claiming Jam got killed on camera that turned out to be complete cap. That's how dangerous these unproven allegations really are out here. But to understand why OTF Jam is even in this position, why his name is being mentioned in connection to federal murder charges against Lil Durk, we gotta go back to where this whole bloody saga started. We gotta go back to November 6th, 2020. We gotta talk about the night King Von got killed. Blood in the streets, the night King Von died. Lil Durk, born Dirk Derrick Banks, came up as a Chicago drill rapper and founded Only the Family, better known as OTF. This wasn't just some record label, nah. This was a whole movement, a collective of real ones from the trenches who were tied to Durk's raw storytelling about survival, loss, and making it out the hood. His career had reached crazy heights. Bro was winning Grammys. He was selling out arenas worldwide. He was living the life that so many young cats from the block dream about but never get to touch. But Durk's come up wasn't built on just bars and beats alone. It was built on loyalty, real loyalty, the kind that don't bend or break. And nobody embodied that loyalty more than his day one, his right-hand man, his brother from the struggle, Davon, King Von Bennett. Von was different from everybody else in the game. He wasn't just rapping about street life like some of these other rappers who be capping heavy in their verses. Nah, Von was the streets. His music painted pictures so vivid, so raw, that when you listened to joints like Crazy Story, you felt like you were right there in O-Block with him, ducking shots and moving through the trenches.
I had already known like who Von was before school because we got like mutual friends. And shit. Okay. My homie, like I said, one of my best friends, Wop, he from the projects that got knocked down, and a lot of those people from like Von Hood, like O-Block and shit like that, they from those projects. Okay. So like they had already like known each other, and we done been around each other many a time. So it's like I already like move on and knew like what he was about. Like, bro was the real deal for real.
That was G Herbo, another certified legend from the Chi, speaking on who King Von really was at his core. And that night in the A, Von's real side came out in a way that would flip the whole hip-hop game upside down forever. Everything popped off around 3:20 in the morning in the Monaco Hookah Lounge parking lot at 255 Trinity Avenue. The squad had been turning up for Boss Top's birthday celebration. Von was posted with his guys, including O-Block Louie, Slutty, and his manager 100K Trap.
Okay. So then we fast forward to November 6th, 2020. Now, King Von and NBA Youngboy and Quando Rondo had some sort of friction together. The rumor was that King Von was hanging out with Young Boy's baby mother, and then Quando Rondo, who signed to Young Boy, put himself into that situation.
The static between Von and Quando Rondo had been brewing for a minute. They'd been trading shots online. Subliminals were flying back and forth in songs. Von had tried to downplay any direct beef with NBA Youngboy just 2 days before on DJ Academics' stream, but anybody paying attention knew the tension was thick as hell. And when you got two crews with that much smoke between them in the same parking lot at 3 a.m., somebody's getting touched. That's just how it goes in these streets. According to what Quando Rondo told Angela Yee in a 2021 interview, he and his homie Timothy Lil Tim Leaks had pulled up in a whip. They weren't even planning to go inside the spot. Quando told Tim to park and maybe find some company inside while he caught some Z's in the ride. But then King Von peeped him.
I mean, you know what happened when somebody say they gonna send somebody in. They send them, ain't nothing else to talk about.
Right, because as soon as Von sees Quando, he runs up on him and they start fighting.
Yeah.
Did that surprise you when you saw that?
I mean, it ain't surprising because we had already talked about this, so it really ain't surprised me. Because he already said what he was going to do when he catch him, but...
That was O-Block Louie, who was right there that night and ended up catching a bullet to the dome during all the chaos. Von had already told everybody what was going to happen if he ever caught Quando lacking, and when he spotted him, he didn't hesitate for 1 second. He slid on him immediately. The surveillance footage backs this up, showing Von running up aggressive and throwing the first blows at Rondo's people, turning it from a regular night into a full-blown brawl. But this wasn't going to stay a fade for long, not with this much bad blood involved.
Well, you pull out and you shoot 4 times.
Yeah, the gun jammed.
Oh, the gun jammed?
Yeah.
After the 4th shot?
Probably like the 3rd shot.
That was Lil Tim himself, confirming what he did that night. He upped his pole and hit King Von multiple times, claiming he was just protecting his boy Quando from getting jumped. 6 people got hit in the madness that followed. Von and 2 others didn't make it. 3 more were wounded, including Lil Tim, who caught 1 in the leg. Off-duty cops who were working security that night started blasting at the shooters. O-Block Slutty, who tried to shoot at Lil Tim and Quando's whip as they peeled off, got dropped by the police.
How difficult was it for you to watch him get murdered on video?
That shit broke my heart, for sure. Like, I don't really be like emotional for real. Like, I'm so numb to death. I'm not a stranger to it because I've been experiencing it my whole life. But like when he died and seeing that shit, like that shit really like, you know, I'm getting emotional right now thinking about it. Like,
that's Herbo again, getting real about what it was like watching his homie get killed on camera for the whole world to see. Because nowadays, everything gets recorded, and King Von's last moments, they went viral. Millions of people watched it happen. They booked Lil Tim for felony murder that same day, arresting him straight from his hospital bed. But then in August 2023, something happened that poured gasoline all over an already burning situation. DA Fonnie Willis dropped all the charges, saying they didn't have enough evidence to take it to trial. The self-defense argument had held up in their eyes. To OTF and everybody who loved Von, this was some straight BS. Justice hadn't been served, and according to what the feds are saying now, Lil Durk decided he was going to handle that situation himself. Street justice.
And bro's coming up doing this thing, a real one in the streets, a real one, you know what I'm saying? So it was just like, damn, bro. It was a shocking. I ain't see that coming.
That was Lil Zay Osama talking about the loss. And for Durk, that loss demanded blood, period. No negotiations. And what came next would change everything. The $1 million bag and the feds closing in. When King Von got killed, it left a hole in OTF that couldn't ever be filled. But according to federal prosecutors, it also lit a fuse that burned for damn near 2 years before finally exploding at a gas station out in LA.
The whole situation that happened with Quando.
How we live and how we go by our shit. And I'm speaking for the whole Chicago. You ain't there. Shut the fuck up. You weren't there. So you made a diss and said something about Von. That's why I don't fuck with you. You ain't did shit. You did 0.
That was Durk himself, making it crystal clear how he was rocking after Von got taken from him. He wasn't mincing words about Quando and Youngboy, but while his words were pointed, prosecutors say his moves were straight up deadly. On August 19th, 2022, 5 dudes with ties to OTF allegedly caught flights from Chicago to Los Angeles. We're talking about Kayvon London Grant, DeAndre Dontrell Wilson, Keith Jones, David Brian Lindsay, and Asa Ahimbasibwe Houston. According to what's in the federal documents, these cats used bread from Durk's credit cards and OTF resources to book their flights, rent some luxury whips, and post up in hotels. Their mission? To smoke Quando Rondo, to slide on him, and finish what started in that Atlanta parking lot 2 years earlier.
So 5 other OTF members were arrested. Kayvon London Grant, DeAndre Dontrell Wilson, Keith Jones, David Brian Lindsay, and Asa Houston.
Yeah.
They're charged with conspiracy to commit murder for hire, committing murder for hire resulting in death, use of, carry, and discharge of firearms, and a machine gun in the furtherance of a crime of violence resulting in death.
These charges ain't no joke, fam. We're talking about the type of cases that can get you the death penalty. This is as serious as it gets in the federal system. The hit squad tracked Quando through his Instagram posts, stalking locations like a weed dispensary and a clothing store before they finally caught him slipping at a Shell gas station in Beverly Grove, West Hollywood, right by the Beverly Center Mall. They copped straps out in California, including a Glock with a switch on it that basically turned it into a fully automatic weapon, a whole military-grade operation. Then they let it rip. More than 18 shots tore through the black Cadillac Escalade that Quando was riding in. But here's the thing, they missed their target. Instead, they hit his 24-year-old cousin, Saviaya Lul Pab Robinson, who got killed in the attack. The footage that went viral showed Quando looking devastated as they pulled his cousin's body from the whip. They'd slid for Von, but they got the wrong one.
I mean, look, the feds are trying to say that Lil Pop getting killed was over the situation with Lil Tim and Quando, and they essentially killed the wrong person. And ultimately that's going to be up to the courts to decide. But that's what they're trying to say.
That was 600 Breezy breaking down what the feds believe happened. OTF tried to get back for Vaughn, but they caught the wrong body in the process. But the craziest part of all this dropped in January 2026 when prosecutors came with a bombshell allegation that had the whole internet going crazy. They claimed Lil Durk had put a whole $1 million bag on Quando Rondo's head. According to court documents, Durk told his people that whoever smoked Rondo would be made straight, meaning he'd bless them with cash, ice, and even music deals for putting in that work. Federal affidavits describe how the hit squad pulled up to In-N-Out after the shooting to celebrate and chop it up about the bounty. Phone records showed calls and texts going back to Durk right after. The feds say the paper trail is crazy damning.
Now, how would they know that, here goes the problems, a couple problems here. How would they know that music contracts was offered? Who would have to tell them that?
Well, prosecutors state that these transactions and the informant's recordings played key roles in linking Lil Durk to the murder for hire plan.
And that's where OTF Jam comes back into the picture. According to WAC 100, there was somebody on the inside who was recording everything. Somebody who'd been wearing a wire for 2 whole years, feeding the feds intel on every move. Durk got popped in October 2024 on federal murder for hire charges. In the paperwork, they got him listed as co-conspirator 1, and he's facing the possibility of spending the rest of his natural life locked up. His trial is currently set for April 2026. The feds are planning to use Durk's own lyrics, his social media posts, and his financial records as evidence against him, pointing to bars where he bragged about sliding on his ops and getting back in blood. In a move that's got everybody heated, federal prosecutors actually compared OTF to Liberia's anti-terrorism unit, which was this brutal paramilitary force known for doing wild human rights violations. They're painting OTF as an association in fact that's out here putting in work, murders, assaults, all types of retaliation. Just like they used Chucky Taylor Jr.'s lyrics to convict him for torture back in 2008, they want to use Durk's music against him the same exact way.
I understand if Durk was in Vonnie's shoes, if Durk handed them guns out, if Durk went and bought them masks, if Durk bought them flights, if Durk whatever, just because a person that has access to my cards and shit like that or whatever did this, how the fuck y'all gonna just say, oh, well, you let him do it or you told him to do it? That's not true.
600 Breezy raised a valid point though. Just because somebody used Durk's cards doesn't automatically mean Durk gave the green light on the hit. But the feds claim they got way more than just credit card receipts. They say they got a CI, a confidential informant, somebody from the inside who flipped on the whole operation. Here's what we know for sure. Prosecutors say they have a confidential informant whose recordings helped them tie Durk to the murder for hire plot. Somebody on the inside gave them crucial evidence. But whether that somebody is OTF Jam, that's still an open question that nobody can definitively answer yet. There's also rumors floating around that another OTF, affiliate named Vonnie, possibly Lil Varney, also might be cooperating. That just adds more confusion and paranoia to an already messy situation. When the trial goes down in April 2026 and discovery finally comes out, the truth is gonna surface. The paperwork is gonna tell the whole story, just like Jam said it would. Until that happens, we're all just working with allegations, denials, and a whole lot of people who've already made up their minds without seeing any real evidence. So where does all this leave us? On one side, you got federal prosecutors with credit card statements, phone records, and an informant whose testimony they claim ties everything together nice and neat. They're painting a picture of Lil Durk as the shot caller behind a violent operation that stretched from Chicago all the way to Los Angeles, leaving bodies along the way. On the other side, you got OTF Jam, a man who sat in a cell for 12 years without opening his mouth once, now getting called the biggest snitch in hip-hop history without one single piece of paperwork to prove it.
How'd you feel when Durk got locked up, though?
I ain't gonna lie, Durk a good nigga, bro. You feel me? A cool, smooth nigga, bro. Take care of his people, folks. So, you feel me? It's just like one of them things like, damn, bro. I hope bro come from under that shit, you know what I'm saying? I can't imagine how he feel right now being at the top right now, like, and to go in, like, in that moment, like, that shit, like, you know? But, you know, bro gonna come back out on this shit.
That was Lil Zay Osama speaking on what a lot of people from Chicago are feeling right now. Durk always held his people down. He was loyal to his city through everything, and now he's facing the possibility of never touching the streets again. But here's what nobody really wants to discuss. King Von's death started a whole chain reaction that's now claimed multiple lives and might send multiple people to prison for the rest of their days. Lil Pab is gone, King Von is gone, Slutty is gone, and now Durk's freedom might be gone too.
I always feel like something is going to happen to me anyway. When I walk out the house, I'm already in fear of my life.
G Herbo talked about that constant paranoia that comes with this lifestyle. That fear that never leaves you, no matter how much bread you stack or how famous you become. Because in this world, success don't protect you. It just makes you a bigger target.
It's people gonna have a problem with them niggas forever. It's always gonna be we supposed to beef. The BDs and them niggas from Savannah always supposed to beef in everybody's eyes because of the situation.
600 Breezy said it perfectly. This beef ain't going nowhere, even if Durk beats the case. Even if OTF Jam gets proven innocent of all these rat allegations. The blood that's been spilled has created wounds that might never heal. This whole situation shows us how hip-hop glorifies violence, with Durk's case looking a lot like Young Thug's trial, where your affiliations can become legal liabilities. The feds are running RICO plays that they originally created to bring down the mob, and now they're applying those same tactics to rap crews with devastating effectiveness. And caught right in the middle of all this is OTF Jam, a man who did 12 years in the system, touched down, and immediately found himself at the center of the biggest federal case in hip-hop history. He says he's innocent. He says the paperwork will prove it, and he's telling everybody who calls him a rat to just wait and see. When the discovery come out, you gon' see I'm not how the feds got onto us or built they case. I'ma let the paperwork come out cause it's gone tell it all. Those are OTF Jam's words. Now we just gotta wait and see if they hold up. What do y'all think? Is OTF Jam the rat who brought down Lil Durk, or is he getting his name dragged by internet speculation and clout chasers who don't know what they're talking about? Drop your thoughts in the comments. And if you made it this far, make sure you subscribe and hit that notification bell so you don't miss our coverage when this trial finally goes down. Because when that paperwork drops, we're gonna break down every single detail for y'all. Until next time, stay safe out there.